welcome back to Cruising as Crew. My name is Lucy and today we are going to be doing a ship life Q&A. So I'm going to be answering your questions about ship life. Some of the questions are relevant to like what ship life is after the COVID pandemic, whereas some questions are just like general ship life questions. But I'm really excited. I love it when you submit your questions and you know, I feel like it's just more interactive. So I'm really excited to film this one. But before we start, please press like and subscribe for more cruise ship content. And if you have any video suggestions or questions, then please leave them down in the comments, or you can DM me over on Instagram at Cruising as Crew. But as for now, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first question, what are the new rules? Well, obviously I can only speak for the Scarlet Lady. Some cruise lines and cruise ships might have slightly different rules, but you know, generally I think they would all be the same. So on here we have to wear our masks at all times unless we are eating, so similar to the UK. If we are drinking, like if we go to the bar or something, we have to keep our mask on, but obviously when you want to take a sip of your drink, you can just pull your mask down, have a sip of your drink and then mask up. We're also abiding by socially distancing guidelines, so we're trying to keep at least a metre apart, if not more, from everyone. Now obviously there are people who are sharing a cabin, or maybe they're working in really close quarters with people, so there are times where it's not feasible, and people who are sharing a cabin have like a little bubble anyway. But for everyone else, when you are at work, when we're moving around the ship, when we're in the mess, you know, whatever we're doing, we're making sure that we are keeping our distance. And to be honest, it hasn't actually been like that difficult because we're so used to doing it. Well, especially being from the UK, keeping your distance is still a thing, so it hasn't been that much of an adjustment. I know that there's some American crew members on here who found it a little bit more tough to adjust because I think things are a lot more relaxed in America, or certain states in America already. But for us in the UK, we are abiding by UK law, so it's the same as it was when we were at home. There's a lot of new sanitising rules. Now, the thing is, on cruise ship, they've always had to be cautious of things spreading. Even before Corona, the cleaning protocols were pretty up there. Because it's a ship, you know, things can spread fast. So we're always trying to be on our A game to stop anything spreading, not just Corona. But obviously now we're going to be sanitising a lot more frequently, washing our hands obviously as frequently as possible, before every meal, after every meal. We've got like sanitisers for our phones and stuff because, as you know, if you touch your phone, put your phone down to wash your hands and then pick your phone up again, all the germs that were on your phone are now on your hands again. So sanitising, you know, everything, and it's working. Are you being tested? Yep. So when I was in quarantine, I was being temperature checked every day, and then I had 3 PCR tests while I was in quarantine, and then now I am out of quarantine. I am having a PCR test once a week, and that is like every crew member. So every crew member is being tested about once a week. What is your day-to-day like with no sailors on board? So for those of you who don't know, I work in the shops department. So day-to-day, we're just getting the shops ready, basically making sure we've got everything out on the shelves, making sure the VM looks great, obviously making sure everything is clean, learning the prices of our stock and like the backstory and all the sustainability stories of our stock. So that's what we're doing at work. And then after work, it's all very relaxed. I mean, because we've got no sailors on board, the crew are kind of roaming around freely at this point, so we're able to use the passenger gym or the sailor gym. We're able to use the bars if they're open. We're able to use the running track and just have a real nose around the ship. It's been really nice to enjoy the ship thoroughly, because obviously when sailors come on board, our access to passenger areas or sailor areas will be restricted, understandably, but it has been lovely to have this time to just really get to know the ship and enjoy it, because it's very rare that we get the time to enjoy it. So it's been lovely. It's been so relaxed. I mean, I've only been working like 9 till 5. For anyone who works on ships, that is a very, very short day. So, you know, I finish work at 5 and I'm like, right, go to the gym, film a video, edit the video, upload the video, have dinner, maybe go to the bar, or, you know, play ping pong or play in the arcade. Or so it's been fantastic. I mean, I am going to work every day, but it's just so chilled. What other duties do you have on board other than working in the shops? The only other duty that I have is my safety duties. As a crew member, your second job, or really your first job, is your safety duty. So you need to know exactly what you're doing if the ship was to go into some kind of state of emergency. You need to know like all the safety procedures, you need to know how many lifeboats we have, how many people fit in the lifeboats, where all the life jackets are, where, you know, there's a lot to learn when it comes to the safety aspect of working on a cruise ship. And there's almost as much to learn about the safety aspect as there is to learn about like my job. It was so lovely to have the time in quarantine to get to grips with all the safety procedures and like just be able to focus on that, because normally when you join a ship you're thrown straight into work and you have to get to grips with all the safety stuff while you're working full time. What do you do in your spare time? Do you have a lot of spare time? Yeah, we do have a lot of spare time, as I said, because the thing is, you know, if you work like a 9 till 5 job at home, you don't feel like you have a lot of spare time when you come home, because you have to cook your dinner, maybe you have to take the dog for a walk, maybe you have to clean your house, or, you know, there's always like a multitude of things that you have to do, whereas dinner is prepared for you in the mess. So you just go grab whatever you're going to have and eat it. I mean, you only do laundry like once a week. The cabin, yes, you need to clean the cabin, but I tend to keep on top of that, so it's not like some mammoth task. So what I have been doing in my spare time, like I just said, kind of making the most of the ship, you know, playing in the arcade, drinking in the coffee shop, working out. I've been able to use these sailor cabins to film the videos, which has been great, and editing videos and uploading videos. I don't know if you know, but it does take quite a lot of time, so it's good that I have the time to do that. Reading my book, and then people watching. I love people watching. Some evenings I'll just kind of take myself up to top deck, perch myself on a seat where it's busy, and I'll just people watch like an absolute stalker. It's just something I enjoy doing. Looking out for dolphins. There's, you know, we've seen so many dolphins, which has been lovely. How do you do laundry? So on here we have 2 big crew laundry rooms. They're rooms that basically contain loads of washers and dryers. I think maybe about 15, maybe more, a lot. And yeah, you just go in, bung your stuff in the washer, leave it to wash, come back, put it in the dryer, leave it to dry, come back, iron it if it needs ironing. Really good on Virgin. They are supplying our laundry detergent, so crew members don't actually have to buy laundry detergent, which is a huge cost saver. But on other ships, it used to take me ages to do laundry. It wasn't as simple as just going to the laundry room and bunging your stuff in the washing machine, because there was never one free. So you had to like queue up for maybe 40 minutes before, 40 minutes is generous, sometimes it was hours, to be able to get your stuff in the washing machine. Whereas on here, because all the washing machines are working and there's loads of them, it is really easy. You just go in and 9 times out of 10 there's a washing machine free. Well, loads of washing machines free, and you just pick one. Yeah, washing is great on here. It's quite an enjoyable experience compared to other ships. Are you sharing a cabin? So on Virgin Voyages, they have created many more single occupancy cabins. I don't know the percentage, but there are a lot more crew members that are able to have their own cabin on here than other ships. So no, I'm not sharing a cabin. I have my own space. It's very small, but it is lovely, very cozy. And I'm barely ever in there because I'm either at work or doing the stuff I just mentioned. So I really am only in there to like shower and sleep and maybe watch like a movie in the evening or something. The fact that I have my own space is just the best thing ever. Like, I've always shared a cabin on my previous ships and I didn't realise the difference that it makes just having your own space to like decompress at the end of the evening. So really grateful for not sharing a cabin. What do you do if you are not feeling mentally sound? Yeah, well on here we have our HR manager slash therapist, so if you do need to speak to someone, there is always, you know, an open door policy. You can always go and speak to her. If I'm not feeling mentally okay, I mean, so far I'm absolutely fine, but I would call my mum, I would speak to my friends, I would reach out to people. I think that's very important. People aren't mind readers. If you don't tell them that something is wrong, then they're not going to know that something is wrong, so you have to reach out if you're not feeling okay. Your mental health comes first. So if I got to a stage where I was like really not okay, I would just go home. You know, I'm fortunate enough that I am in that position where I could just go home if I wasn't okay. I don't think it's going to come to that. I'm absolutely fine, happy as Larry. But I do think if someone is watching this and they're on a ship or in any situation and your mental health is not where it needs to be, then you absolutely need to, you know, get that sorted, get it under control. So whatever you think is causing you not to feel great, you know, needs to be eliminated. And if that's your job, there are plenty of other jobs out there, and if that's people that you're surrounded with, there are billions of people in this world, so never feel trapped, because I believe that there's always a way out of any situation. Are you allowed to get off the ship? How do you ensure you get enough fresh air? Okay. No, we're not allowed to get off the ship. No shore leave. Not expecting shore leave. Obviously, it would be incredible if we do get shore leave at some point, but you know, I've been on board for about a month now, and I was a little bit trepidatious. I was like, maybe I'm not going to be okay with no shore leave, but I haven't missed it at all, actually. So yeah, shore leave would be nice, but we haven't got it at the moment. And ensuring I've got enough fresh air, I'll usually go and have a walk around the running track or top deck. So yeah, I'm definitely getting enough fresh air. If you're not allowed off the ship, how can you purchase toiletries, etc.? So because we're not allowed off the ship, we are allowed to have Amazon packages sent to the ship, and you know, if I want to get my mom to send me something, I can. So it hasn't been a problem as of yet. The Amazon packages are coming really, really fast because we are in the UK every other day. So, but yeah, so Amazon packages. Does it get boring doing the same thing every day? No. I think this is one of, you know, the big reasons why I love ships. I love to travel, like, as you guys know. I need structure. Like, I wish I was someone who could just kind of go backpacking and see what happens, but I'm not. Like, I need to have some kind of structure. So for me, I think cruise ships is the perfect combo for me, because I'm able to see lots of different places, but I still have the routine of, I know what job I'm doing, I know the people I'm working with, I know where I'm going to eat. Like, I've got that basic structure, and then you have loads of new people who are always coming and going, passengers and crew, and then you're in like a new destination every day. So no, I don't find it monotonous, but you know, that's just me. What do you do if you get seasick? If I feel seasick, I'll usually have ginger ale or ginger tea. Ginger's really good for the stomach. I try not to have seasickness pills, but especially if I'm working, seasickness pills tend to make you drowsy. So, you know, being stood in the shop like, hello, isn't great. So a green apple, apparently there's something in the skin that helps settle your stomach, and then ginger's obviously great. So yeah, ginger ale tends to be my go-to if I'm feeling seasick. Or actually the sea bands. I was quite skeptical of the sea bands that sit on your pressure points, but I have tried them in the past and I found them quite effective. How is the food on board for crew? Amazing. Like, I can't quite get over how good it is. Yesterday I had camembert. I'm like, when would you ever find camembert in a mess? Like, you usually get the cheese that you don't want to eat because it just tastes like you're eating an eraser. The food on here for crew is really, really good. I'm really happy with it. I'm eating very well. How are the beans? How are the beans? So on my, just if you haven't watched it, on my coming on board video, I said that I was having beans on toast for my like last meal at home, because the beans on board cruise ships are usually just watery and not very flavourful. You know what? I haven't tried the beans. They do obviously have beans, but I haven't tried the baked beans. I think I'm still living off the memory of the Branston baked beans that I had at home. So maybe I'll try the baked beans and get back to you. They look like they'll be good. They don't look watery. They look okay. What nationalities are the shops team made up of? So we've got English, Irish, Colombian, Mexican, Ukraine, Serbian, Brazilian. I want to say that's it, but I do feel like I've forgotten one and they're gonna kill me. We're gonna go with that. But there are over 50 nationalities on board here, which is something I love so much about ships. You know, being surrounded by all the different languages and the cultures, and it's just so wonderful. This is a really good question. How do ranks influence friendships? On here, we don't have a prominent ranking system, so I'm going to say it doesn't really affect your friendships. However, on the majority of other ships, people wear their stripes around the ship. You do have a very prominent ranking system, and there are 3 different messes. So you have the crew mess, the staff mess, and the officers mess. So that means that officers mix with officers, staff mix with staff, and crew mix with crew. I think because you all eat differently and you all get different food options, it does create a divide, and you all obviously have different privileges, so there definitely is a divide there, which means that you tend to mix with people who are the same rank as you, which is a shame really, because you know, you might be able to make really good friends with someone who is an officer, who is a crew member, but you just don't seem to mix because you don't eat in the same areas, or you're not allowed to socialise in the same places. As staff, if I'm allowed to go in a passenger area, maybe a crew member isn't. So yeah, I really like the fact that on here, nothing influences the friendships you make other than the people themselves. You know, rank doesn't really come into it. But that's a really good question, and you know, on most ships it absolutely does affect who you get talking to, if you let it. Is it hard to make friends? No, I think it's really quite easy to make friends. I think you've just got to make a point of saying hello to everyone. That's what I do anyway. Like absolutely everyone I see, everyone I pass on like the crew corridor or in guest areas, I'll make a point of saying good morning, hello, or just striking up a conversation, and before you know it, every time you see them you'll have a little conversation and you make friends, and maybe you're just friends for that contract, or maybe you'll make really good friends with them and keep in contact with them way after your contract. But I think if you're an outgoing person and you make a point of saying hello to everyone, then you're gonna make friends, because everyone is looking to make friends. Everyone is away from their friends and family back home. Everyone's in the same boat. Love a pun. As long as you're putting in the effort and reaching out and saying hello to people, then you are going to get something back. Do you wish you took anything on board with you that you didn't? Yes, I wish I'd have bought more like snacks, because I came on board and I was like, I'm going to be really good, I'm not going to take, you know, anything naughty. And I mean, I don't regret it, I suppose, because it means that I am being good, because when I go back to my cabin and I'm like, I'm hungry, or I'm not even hungry, I just want to eat stuff, I haven't got anything to eat, so it's a good thing. But at those times I'm like, you stupid girl, why didn't you bring something to snack on? But anyway, it's really not that big of a deal. But no, I think I bought everything that I needed to bring. And the last question, do you regret going back to cruise ships after the pandemic? Is it really bad? I am like so beyond thrilled to be back. You know, I go to bed in the evenings and I'm like, I don't want to go to sleep, I just want it to be the next day, because I'm so excited and raring to go. It's 6 o'clock. I woke up at 6 o'clock today. I haven't even been to work yet. I was like, I'm so raring to go. I just want to experience everything. It's just so lovely to be back, and I knew that I missed it, but I didn't realise how much I missed it. In answer to your question, I'm so happy to be back, and it was definitely worth the wait. Yes, it is slightly different with the rules that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but it's brilliant. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press like and subscribe, and if you have any video suggestions or questions, you can leave them in the comments down below or DM me over on Instagram at cruisingascrew. But I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.